Hey YouTube, hey Twitch, welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. This is Community Night, the return of Community Night. We're taking a look at 3 bases today. So I'm going to talk a little bit until people start showing up here, and I'll kind of go over what we're doing today. In the meantime, we have Chewy in the chat. Thank you so much, Chewy, for coming by. Hello, how are you doing? Kyle the File says, hey, Ethan. And Sean, hey, what's going on, Ethan? Or sorry, what's going on, Sean? Sorry, I'm really tired today. I read hey, Ethan, in my head. I was like, oh yeah, Ethan's here. What's going on, Sean? Nice to see you. All right, so yeah, we're doing 3 we're doing 3 asteroids today. We're doing Harley Bakes Cake, Your King Is Me, and Williams. So I checked over all the asteroids. I might do Williams in second, just because his is the also spaced out, and Your King Is Me is not. So that might be easier to, instead of having to switch versions twice, might be easier to just stay on spaced out. But basically, we have this is Harley Bakes Cake's Ultra Settlement, and we have some issues going on here. So as we start to stream here, I just wanted to kind of go over. So by the way, tonight we're probably not doing any aquatic continuation of the aquatic. Not sure if I will have time to get to it, and I have to sort of go around the 2-hour mark, so maybe a little bit longer, but nonetheless, I wanted to make sure I got a lot of attention to the asteroids that were sent in. Okay, so we're starting off with the Ultra Settlement, and we have some issues here with Harley Bakes Cake. So we're just going to let the asteroid run and see kind of, what happens as we continue here. Why is it my idea is Your King Is Me? It's so stupid. I created my account when I was in 5th grade. Kyle the File, I can change it. I can change you. So that's what your Discord name was. So I didn't know what else you wanted to put. And then your Discord name was, oh no, your Discord name was I don't know what to put here, or something. So that's why I put that. But I'll change it for you. Kyle the File. Kyle the File. All right, there you go. That should automatically update. But there you go. See, I'm doing your asteroid tonight as well. But we're gonna try to save this one. This is the first one that I've got. So hey, what's up, Crimson Riot? Nice to see you. Cheers. Thank you for the sip of Esca. And we got cats roaming around here today as well. So yeah, we're just gonna let it run, see what happens. We got some scolding going on here. So just hey, what's up, William? Just got in. Yeah, so like I was saying, we're okay. Let me do sort of the intro again. This is the first asteroid that I'm doing tonight. This one is from Harley Big Steak. So I have the schedule on the bottom right here. Yes, I'm going to. When are you going to review? I'm doing yours probably within the first hour. I'm gonna do this one first. This one is there's quite a lot here, so I might yeah, I might spend a lot of time on this one. I think within the first hour we'll do yours, and then we'll do your Kyle the file as well tonight. So this one, okay, sorry, I already explained that, but let me just start again. A lot of issues going on here. We got some incapacitated duplicates. We have a lot of heat coming from here. Okay, so it's just concentrated to this area. This is not ideal, unfortunately. I don't know if we can get this blocked off with our duplicants, with they're just being incapacitated. Okay, we lost the duplicate and we have a lot of high stress. Thank you very much for reviewing my save. No worries, Kyle the file. I have some. I checked yours. I did a preview on yours. I have some good tips for you. Are you sticking around for the stream, or are you going to be leaving soon? Because I might. So your asteroid is. I can probably do yours pretty quick, but this one has a lot going on. I'm just kind of letting it run right now to see what the immediate issues are without looking too much into, all the overlays and such. But as we can see, we got a lot of heat coming from here. So that's kind of the first issue that we're dealing with. Oxygen levels are pretty bleak, but we do have some algae distillers going. We have some massage tables, so I guess that's pretty good. You'll stay? Okay, cool. So that's awesome. Yeah, so we'll continue with this one then. So we have no materials for the, oh no. Are we building these with cobalt? Is that why, are we taking this 1000 degree and building it here? That's probably not ideal. So this is unreachable. Why is that unreachable? Oh, because this is locked. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just put that on this side. We really don't want any heat to escape from that. So let's forget about that. Yeah, we're just going to let this run. I would recommend block the path to the volcano first. Hey, what's up, Chewy? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining on YouTube earlier and on Twitch. Yeah, so this is... wow, this is a lot of scolding. What else is high priority here? Let's get some of these high priorities off. We got this one high priority. So that's not doing us too many favors here. I think we have too many. Oh no. Oh, look at Reese. Oh no. Oh no, we lost another one. Oh, okay, so we're not doing too well with the this heat is really destroying our colony. I might, when I restart, I might just build a wall here. That might be a lot easier than trying to build this wall and losing many duplicants to it. Ideally, I would block it off right there, and yeah, that's a lot. Oh, we got another one. We got another one about to die. I missed the last time I was with friends. No worries, Chewy. Thanks so much for joining tonight. Lashing out. Oh no. Oh, we lost another one. All right, so basically this asteroid is, yeah, we're kind of in a, I don't have any previous saves to go back to, so this is the only save that we can do. Oh, by the way, William, I like the the name for your colony. So yeah, we have our hands full in this one, chat. We have our hands full. I have to get up early this week, just lurking. No worries, Chewy. Thanks so much for lurking. Hopefully you enjoy the lurk. And yeah, I have to get up early tomorrow too, so I'm only staying about 2 hours tonight, so it won't be that long of a stream. So William says, that's not what I meant. Just send the door access to nobody enter here. Oh, right, yeah. I could just do that too. So like that one, right? That's okay. This one's we have 4 duplicates already down. That's not good. So we're gonna restart this one. I just want to see like how imminently we are close to death. It seems like death is pretty imminent. So What else is on high alert? These oxygen diffusers all seem to be on high alert. Let's just take that off so we stop hearing the siren. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. That as soon as we restart. Oh, by the way, I should thank Ali on Twitch. Thank you so much for the follow between streams. Thank you so much. So here's what we're gonna do. What are we researching? We are researching the bioengineering, which we don't need. So that is completely useless to us right now. We're going to reload, take off research. We're going to block this because this is not ideal. This is going to continue to erupt. So we have already lowered the temperature here by about 200 degrees just by blocking this, but it cost us 4 duplicates. So we're probably not going to do that again. I mean, maybe I might do that. I just think is this is just going to get hotter and hotter, right? And we don't want to have that happen. So maybe it's either I build a big wall and spend a lot of time doing it, or I take the risk and I try to build 2 quick walls. That's the first thing that I think I have to do. Our oxygen situation is pretty dire, but since we've lost duplicates, it's actually gotten better. So maybe that's a plus. We definitely want to get these algae distillers working. So this is what we're going, and we're probably gonna have to reset. Yeah, we don't need to be worried about this when we have survival issues in our colony, and we also have too many smart batteries. We don't need that many, but nonetheless. By the way, what's going on here? Okay, so we have 1 coal jet. I mean, you know what? To be fair, it's probably okay to just have this one running all the time, just because we probably need the power at somewhere, right? So it's not that big of a deal, but we should put this to like 20 so they never run out of power, and like 90. Something like that. Look at the heated gas position and set up walls before that. Wait for the cooldown. Yeah, I mean, the heated gas is a lot. But yeah, I'm considering just building a big block wall or trying to risk these. We'll see. But first things first is we have to make sure duplicates are capable of working. Hey, what's up, Gabriel? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining tonight. Okay, so we're gonna restart and we're gonna give this one a proper go. Oh, by the way, food is okay. I mean, the blossoms are doing pretty good. We have a lot of blossoms actually. We probably don't need this many blossoms. The water situation. Okay, so we're taking fresh water, pumping it into our sinks, and then we're recirculating it back into our. Okay, so we got a little bit of a system going on here. Although I would say that this could be a little bit condensed and improved. We have a lot of high stress duplicates as well, which is probably not ideal. And then what's going on here? We have 22 degree water. So actually, that's not too bad, chat. How are we getting the 22 degree water? We have brine coming through here at 20 degrees. So this must be our coolant. This is coming from up here. We have a saltwater cool slush. Oh, nice. This is actually pretty good. This could be very, very helpful for saving this colony. We got a critter trap. Yeah, that might be what we have to do is get this brine, maybe somewhere in here if we have to cool something down. But anyways, that's going to be my go-to. First, get rid of the heat if I can. First, stabilize my duplicates, get rid of the heat. Food seems to be pretty stable. We don't need all this mealwood actually, so I might just put these. I don't need the mealwood, and I don't want delivery errands to be going to. Like this is just a waste of time for us right now. And we have some hatches. The hatches are all cramped. So we have hatches, we have some sweetles. These guys are all cramped, so that might be another thing to worry about after we have things stabilized. All right, so we're gonna reload. Let's go to the start, and we're going to see what happens. Whoa, what was that? Okay, so Joshua, I need you nowhere near. Like, I don't. Oh my goodness, Lyra, you're carrying 1,000 degree cobalt. This is what I was saying before. Like, this we do not need. All right, so we're gonna cancel every single build errand right now because poor Lyra should not be Like, look at her hands. She's like, no, her hands are melting. Same with Josh. All right, so forget that. Also, let's see if I can build this ASAP. All right, this might not be the smartest thing to do. Also, let's do priorities. Everything. We're not going to worry about sending our duplicants to random spaces. The algae distillers I need because I don't have any algae and I need oxygen. So those we're going to put on high priority. The power should be okay. Let's see if we can... get... Well, they're not going to... Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to survive. Look, I don't think we can even save Josh. Hey, what's up, Charlie? Nice to see ya. No need to build the wall on that door. Well, it's very hot here, so I'm inclined to do it. But anyways, let's see what happens. If we can save a couple duplicates here. Okay. If I can get this built without having any duplicates die, I would be happy about that. Rocket me. What's going on, Charlie? Crimson Rice, nice to see you. Does door block heat? No, this is a metal door. It actually helps. Well, it doesn't help. It takes on heat and then it'll heat the outside atmosphere. But as this thing is erupting, this door is basically like it doesn't stand a chance. There's not like this here isn't too bad because this heat will disperse and mix in with the the lot cooler air surrounding it, and it's not going to be a problem in the future. But we have to get this stopped first because otherwise my duplicants can't ever come here. So my two options are either block it and risk having duplicants come here and get scolded and burn themselves essentially, or just build a bigger wall. But the problem is that my duplicants have to work here, and this heat eventually will make its way down to here. So, you know, there's different ways you can go about doing this, but I'm gonna risk this one. Name my rocket Charlie 67C67. I will 100% do that when we get on a rocket asteroid Charlie. So tonight is the return of community night, but I will write that down, and I will, as soon as we get on our main asteroid, Charlie Rocket, I will rename one of the rockets after you, Charlie. Okay, now we're not... So what we're doing tonight, in case you're just joining, is this is community night where people have submitted their asteroids, and we're trying to save this one. This is an asteroid from Harley Bakes Cakes, and we're trying to save her asteroid. This asteroid has a heat problem over here. We have a oxygen problem, and we have... well, the food is okay, but I feel like we're going to have a food problem very, very quickly if these... Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can just get this... it's just... They're going quick. They're going quick. Can they make it? Okay, you just get out of here. They might not make it. No, don't go back. Don't go back. Okay, well. Now let's see if we can... Dying. I don't think I could have saved her even if I need a triage. Hey, we're back, Stringer. Yeah, what's going on? Nice to see you, Stringer. Welcome. Okay, I don't know if anyone can save this because I don't know if we have a triage cod. Should we just... we might have to just live with one duplicate not making it. I just need this done. Okay, Devin. Perfect. So, like, as soon as they walk in this area, they become scolded. That's kind of the problem that... There we go. That should be easier now. Let's see if we can get a triage up and running. Not sure if it's putting it in the heat is the best idea. And maybe we can save Art Decorator, but I doubt it. No, that's it. Art Decorator's done. All right, so we're just going to live with one duplicate not making it. William says that heat from the door is minimal. Block the heated area with a wall to restrict access. Do not let duplicant get near the heated gas area. Well, now the heated gas area is going to cool down substantially. So this is going to start dropping dramatically. What did I just walk into here? What's going on? Slaying dupes. So this is Community Night, a stringer. We're trying to save this asteroid that one of the viewers has sent me. So we started off by having a major heat issue with the volcano here, and the heat is spreading very, very quickly. And there is some time before the heat gets all the way down here, but as soon as they enter this area, we've got stress vomiting as well. Okay, that's not good. Blair operation. What are they do? What are our duplicants doing that is causing them to have all this issues? So no one's decorating. Steve tidy. You know what? Let's have a schedule. Let's have a schedule that is just on downtime. This is going to be called our stress schedule. So Blair, who is it again? It's Reese the farmer, and then Blair operating. I don't want anybody like having like vomiting in the water or whatever. All right. Yeah, it's a hot pocket. Yeah. So okay, yeah, so that's what's going on, Stringer. We're trying to save this asteroid. We lost one duplicant. I'm okay with losing one because I really wanted to get that blocked off. And now we're just trying to keep our duplicants from having major issues. Okay, this is a lot of food we just got from the Volpup. So if we need a lot of food, we can get that. Kyle says, William, chill. If we don't block the heat, the plants will... Well, it's all right. Like, I'm open to suggestions. You know, there's multiple different ways you can save this. So I don't mind the input from the chat. It's definitely not ideal to make... Like, here's the situation, right, chat? If you're in this part of the game, it's a lot easier to just reset, in my opinion. But I think part of the fun for me, because I've... played Ani for a long enough time, and even like William and people in the other people in the chat, is it's kind of fun to see the different ways that you can go about trying to save this colony. I always say there's not just one way to play Ani, right? There's so many different ways to try and save a colony like this. I'm not sure why we have so much water here either. This poor Sweepy's got his hands full. But whatever, at least, I mean, we're gonna mop that up. I was gonna say at least we got probably a not a heat issue, but whatever. Maybe we have some ice here or something that melted. I don't even know how that happened. But yeah, so that's kind of the situation. We have no power for a lot of this stuff too, so we probably... What we ought to do is maybe... Do we have anyone who can build shipping? I want to just put a storage container. So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of different ways you can go about saving this, right? You don't have to do it one way or the other. And I definitely appreciate the input. I think it's a lot of fun. One of the reasons I like doing this is to see what other people's opinions are as well. But let's try to get this situated so the duplicants don't have to come here and deliver coal. This is a small optimization, but while Lera ranching is now stressed out too. There's just so much for them to do. We're in a lot of problems. Some of you may die, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. I love it. I love it. So now we're already getting a lot lower temperatures here. Well, but what we want to avoid is for instance, this is another problem. We have a lot of algae here, right? This is kind of where we have a lot of slime too, so we can process a lot of slime in here when we actually get power. But we also have a lot of algae up here. If this area is heated up to the point where I can't even send duplicants in here, then we're never going to get any more. So I need to oh, there's just not one thing wrong. There's just not one thing wrong, right? I mean, thankfully we have food. Okay, so Joshua is now stressing out. You know what I'm going to do? I'm probably just going to give everyone like an extra downtime. And actually, I'm going to put bath time first. I always like doing bath time first. This one can go. We don't have any bionics, so we'll do that. We'll do bath time and then downtime. And then hopefully that kind of helps as well. I don't know what this is. There's nobody here. So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is there's more than one ways to do it, right? So as long as we're containing the heat at some point, we're going to be doing better than not. So let's start with uprooting all this. I do not want any dirt deliveries to here. Can I just copy this? But yeah, let's just get rid of all this. I don't think I need any mealwood. I think Gristleberry is going to carry us for the rest of the game, or at least as much as I play tonight. I hope so. If not, we have some Volpups to get rid of. We have all these Drecos to get rid of as well. So, you know, we have a lot of stuff to get rid of if we need some meat. But I don't want mealwood. It actually decreases our morale anyway, right? So there's no point. Make sure that it's all off. But packed food treats are pretty good, I suppose. We do have a lot of mealwood seeds. But what else? Where's my kitchen? My kitchen has no power, so that's another problem. We have very little amounts of power. Oh, hey, what's up, Dan? Sorry for missing your message. Welcome. That's a hot pocket. Yeah, that's hot pocket for sure. Okay, we have. Oh no! Oh, poor Lyra. That's so sad. Morning. I actually really love the bathroom park. Yeah, it actually is pretty nice. See, they got a little bit of a nature reserve here for the showers. That's pretty cool. I've often, like, this is what I used to do, sort of like when I was just learning on it. I used to put oh gosh, we got damage, duplicate damage. Well, I used to put my bathrooms, not exactly. So I used to put my washrooms before my nature reserve, so my duplicates would always have to go through my nature reserve to get to the washroom. No, how about you stop doing that, bro? So yeah, we got. I don't even. Why are they stressed? By the way, they're holding breath. They're mourning, which is plus 20% stress. There's a lot going on here. It might evaporate the liquid flow. I actually really love the washroom. The oxygen problem is an easy fix. Well, you know what? Here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna start again. My third time's the charm. We made it this far, but the stress is out of control. I can't have every single duplicate be at max stress. So I'm going to change my strategy, and I'm going to actually try a little bit of a hybrid of William's advice here, and not let them go to here, but rather build a wall. Like, I need them out of no, I need you out of here, bro. Do not go in there at all. Do not go in here at all. Get out. Get out. And I'm going to block this off entirely, and then go back in there and just call this area a write-off, basically. Like, I cannot deal with with this situation. I need this to be cooler, though. This is already 80 degrees, and you know, that's not ideal. So we're gonna do that instead. Oh yeah, we're gonna do this. Change everything to 5 priority, so we get rid of the blinkers. Get rid of the heat problem. I don't need this. Get rid of that. And then we're gonna try to save all the duplicates instead of letting one of them pass on. All right, so that's the new strategy for this next attempt. And of course, I'm going to fix all this again. I'm going to give them an extra downtime slot. Same thing. I like to put bathrooms first always, so that's just a little thing there. And then this is going to be our stress schedule, just in case we need to de-stress anybody. Okay, so that should kind of fix some stuff. We'll see. Scolding, yeah, please. We're gonna save our decorator this time. Josh, please. Like, literally anybody else could be doing this. No. No. We can't. Please, Josh. Josh, you be on stress. You need to be on stress leave. Just go hang out, please. Somebody else is more than capable of coming here. See, but this is the problem. As soon as they walk here, they're already sculpting. I should remind me not to let him in the Canada Army when the war starts with US. More than one way to kill a dupe. What? With the don't go around, dude. Like, this area is literally just a hazard for them. I cannot have anyone going. Actually, just delete this. Okay, scout. No, stop, bro. Stop going that way. I need you not to go that way. This is too hot. If they had atmo suits working, actually, they might have some atmo suits. Why aren't they getting their atmo suits on? This is disabled. Okay, so that might be a way to do this. I didn't realize the atmo suits weren't even enabled. Just break open the base wall below. Build a wall of deodorizers in front of the wall to get clean air. Yeah, from here. That might be a good idea. This is a lot of oxygen here. I might do that when they're done this. Hopefully that they don't know. They're not gonna make it. They're not gonna make it. This is a lot for them. This is a lot for them to handle. This is too much for them, I think. Technically, stress reaction is just renewable water. That's true. If you're doing that wall off, top where the gas pumps are. Yeah, right here. Yeah, I might do it here. I might just close this off. We don't, like, the pup farm is not something that we need to worry about at this time. Okay, let's get rid of all that. Actually, we're gonna do a save here because I don't want to have to keep doing that over and over. Okay, let's enable this. That's the first thing. Enable that so we have some atmo suits that we can use. This is actually full. Like, I would like to have this one undock this. Undock this. Okay, now I need everyone inside. Everyone inside. You can only leave if you have an ammo suit. And these two can be docked. Now, here's what I'm going to do also. I don't need these to be refilling. There's nothing here. So whatever oxygen we are sending in, which is a very little amount, like holy smokes, we want it to be going to the ammo suits that actually are docked. So let's get these ones released. I don't know why Josh is still out there. How did he get out there? All right, this is stressing me out, chat. Air pressure will push oxygen into the base. Yes, I have to. I'm gonna have to do that, I think. Let's put some deodorizers under here. Hey, thank you so much for the cheer. The 150 bits, Crimson Riot. Thank you so much. Cheers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate that. Thank you. How are you doing tonight, Crimson Rights, by the way? Yeah, this Sweeto farm, we're just gonna have to build one of these and... Oh, I mean, where's our nearest power? Okay, it's right there. It's not that bad. Oh, we gotta go a little quicker as well. So I'm gonna make one hole, because this is already a lot. Well, we'll see if that's... Not doing bad, hoping for a chance of rain this week. We just had a massive thunderstorm, Crimson Riots. A couple days ago. It was really nice. Do you like the rain as well? I love the rain. Makes me very happy. Oh, we got a little bit of oxygen cooling here as well. That's actually pretty decent. I mean, this is actually okay because we don't need to cool the oxygen that goes into our ammo suits. This is not working, obviously, because we have a lot of, like, we're just sending the bad oxygen back into our base. So I think this is redundant. Let's block this off. Like, I don't need to be using power for this. I already got enough power issues. So we'll just worry about this one pump doing everything. Well, actually, we can do 2 pumps here. Oh, we don't have any LG either. We don't have power for this. Where's this coming from? Oh, we have a... This is also over. So let's do this. We're going to block this off. That's probably fine. Let's put an airflow tile here. Make sure that these are getting... We got starvation. That's all right. Okay, so this has temporarily been a better situation because we have ammo suits now. That might actually help a lot. Well, and we'll just have 4 atmo suits on the go. Deliver suit there and there. And that should be a lot better. Let's see if we can fix this now. The problem is this is still going to continue to get hotter. The atmo suits will protect us for a long time, but it's yeah, it's still not ideal. Okay, so now we've sort of stabilized our stress. We actually have our duplicates working. This should be doing a lot better now. I mean, even if we get 2 liters oxygen in here, at least my duplicates have something to breathe. Let's put another one in. Has anybody been following, by the way, the GTA drama and the GTA leaks? You guys know I'm a big GTA fan, so I've been doing my best to avoid all the leaks as much as possible. I have seen the first couple gameplays from last week though. With this amount of polluted water, I'm guessing that we have polluted dirt too. With sublimation and an army of deodorizers, we can solve the issue. I think you're probably correct. I think the more immediate issue is that I don't have any power. So I'm very, very low on power, it seems. So my next course of action is going to be scaling up our... Well, actually, we do have natural... I did see a natural gas geyser down here. So we might have... Do we have steel? Can we just throw a steel pump in there? We don't have any steel. All right. That's not ideal. I mean, it's 32... It's dormant. It's only 5 kilograms. So it's not... I don't think it's even worth going down there. Yeah, let's do this. We're gonna go... I think with enough trial and error, this is more than solvable, this problem. The issue is that as we continue to play, we run into different problems that we have not seen yet. So let's solve the power issue first, so our duplicates are not reliant. So we're not relying on our duplicates to come here and refill this all the time when we're low. Because like in this situation, we can't be running this low on power every single second and relying on duplicates to come here, especially if they don't have oxygen. If we don't have power, we don't have oxygen, which means we don't have atmo suits, which means we have to send our duplicates here without protection. So let's see if we can get them. Wow. Number 13. What else is Josh doing? Oh, he's hurt. Okay, well, that makes sense. Everyone else is unreachable for some reason. That's interesting. Why are they unreachable? Can nobody else dig? Is that what's going on? Digging. Well, everyone else can dig. I'm not sure why. Where are they not able to reach? I mean, they obviously are able to reach, right? Oh, because they don't have atmo. There's no atmo suits here. I said deliver already, didn't I? Oh, we don't have power. Okay, well, there we go. That's kind of the problem, isn't it? Hydra, hail Hydra. The natural gas is too little. Yeah, go check the Hydra setup. I said that my base is pretty simple. I saw that, but I think it's a little too late for this colony to build the Hydra like that. we need to I mean, there's just so much going on here. In order to save this base correctly, if we were just back maybe 10 or 20 cycles before we got into this high stress situation, I think it would have gone mostly swimmingly. Like I said, I think it's more than doable. especially if you like take enough attempts at it and solve the issues one by one that are coming up. Like they do have a hydro setup here, but do we have water here? We don't have water. Like we have to build all this piping. So they've got a hydra started, but it's too hot, and I can't send my duplicants here. I can't even send my duplicants here to build a wall. So there's no way they're gonna build piping. And the water's all the way over. Like, where's the water? Yeah, see, they're like, please stop going that way. I might just build a door here as well and stop them. Well, this is still 100 degrees, so I kind of don't want them sitting there at all. Hopefully they just avoid that area until I can get ammo suits back up. Please tell me somebody can build. No, not out of cobalt. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, no. Why are we building that out of cobalt? Do we not have any other refined metal except cobalt? Oh no. That's not good. Okay, well, we're just gonna deconstruct this. Deconstruct this and we get some iron back. That'll at least start a small build from there. I may just connect the piping to this. But we still need power to get started to vacuum everything out. Oh boy, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be. Well, we're already almost an hour in, and I wanted to get to yours as well, William. I may give this one. I may pass this off into the maybe off my off stream and see if I can come up with something. Oh, by the way, did I build that out of? What did I build? No, not cobalt. Please, I need iron. Okay, so that's going to solve our power. And we're gonna disallow manual delivery completely because we want this done. All right, so that fixes power. We should also do this. No, not coal. You know what? I'm not building anything out of metals right now. Stress is still going up though. Build the Hydra inside the base and don't let anyone out until the oxygen is ready for the suit. That might be what we have to do, William. That might be what we have to do. Let's get this done, and then I will say that at least the power is not solved, but at bare minimum it's like it's not reliant on duplicate delivery. Please, is there no one? Oh, it's not unreachable. Why is it unreachable? I feel like they should be able to get to that. How about this dig? This is reachable. Someone's coming. Someone who was coming, but they have so many things to do, or they're probably hurt or something. They're not able to come here and do it. Oh boy. There's a lot, Chad. There's a lot going on here. Honestly, like I said at the beginning, if you get yourself into this situation, as fun as it is to try to solve this, if you're a new player, I would just start over. And I try to identify what led to you getting here. So for instance, if I had to guesstimate the trajectory of this colony that led this to happen, first of all, do not unblock your volcano ever, and try to hope and pray to hold the heat in with a metal door. That's not going to work. If you're going to unblock a volcano, you have to make sure that you have a tamer set up already. And that's something that I really stress in the over-explain. By the way, over-explain is coming after the stream, so I'll have a video for you guys right away. Where I actually build the Hydra, William. I built the Hydra there. And I'm about at the same pace as this asteroid. But this is get good. Have you tried just being better? Stringer. By the way, Stringer, I'm hoping that next week sometime we can do Factorio. All right, and I know it's been a crazy week. I'm busy Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But I think sometime next week, I'm gonna contact you and you can give me the TLDR, and we'll do like a thing. Anyways, so yeah, here's what I would do. here's what you should do. If you are unblocking a volcano, unless you are pretty confident at releasing the amount of heat into your base that you are, do not unblock a volcano unless it's already tamed. And this is really what I stress and over explained a lot when I'm talking about progressing the colony. Do stuff that is deliberate. Like, don't just do things because, oh, you have cobalt here. Yeah, you have cobalt here, but this cobalt is 1000 degrees. So this, you know what I mean? Like, for your duplicants to carry this anywhere, they're going to carry around all that heat. Like, okay, obviously it's a very small mass, but they're still, it's not ideal, right? Especially if they're building power wires inside your base or whatever. So that's my number one tip for this colony. The number two tip is, it looks like the setup for the hatch farms is, you know, it looks like my farms actually. It's got the verticals, which I kind of like. What is taking forever here? How can they not get I mean, seriously, how can you not get to that? Are you for real? You should be able to do this. Do you not have any iron? Oh, they might not have any iron, chat. There's cobalt here as well. Let's just take off maybe the cobalt. I'm not sure what this is not able to be done. So the second thing is, it looks like they've got a pretty decent start to the hatch farm as well. But this is another thing that I stressed really early on. They can't dig, says Dan. Oh, you're right. They have to dig this out. Yeah, you are correct. This ladder actually fixed it. You are correct. It looks like they have a decent start to their hatch ranching as well, especially when it comes to trying to produce some barbecue. However, the issue with this is all irrigation problem. They're not going to make a lot of barbecue because nothing is being sorted here. So all these hatches are, yeah, they're just going here again. All these hatches are cramped, which is going to make their reproduction rate 0. So if we go here, yeah, it's 0 from being cramped. They're not happy. So there's almost no point in setting up a lot of hatch ranches if you're not going to do sorting. So that's another thing that I stress in the beginning parts of over explain, where I'm talking about, okay, if before you have like auto sweepers set up and proper sorting mechanisms, you want to be able to keep an eye on this with an auto notifier so you can manually remove eggs when the hatches get full. And it's, so if you don't go full out on the management, you have to put steps. You have to put steps in the process to make sure that you're not leading to your hatches becoming crowded and cramped, because when I guess that you're not making barbecue anyways, then it's basically just a duplicate errand that's wasting their time, and it's wasting your resources. It's wasting time delivering materials to their feeder. It's wasting time grooming them, and it's wasting time. It's just a waste of time, right? So you have to make sure that you're sorting correctly here, and that you are. If you don't have the proper sorting mechanism set up yet, you're using an auto notifier to let you know to remove the eggs manually. And I did that and over explained for a long time. I showed you that it can work. It's a little bit tedious, obviously. So that's my second tip. So first tip, don't do this unless you have a tamer set up or unless you're confident about the heat that you're going to make. And second tip is, if you're doing hatches or any sort of ranching, make sure that you are have your eggs under control. Okay, the third tip is, I would say, oh my goodness, now we don't have no power because I did that. I guess I'll just put it on start. So my third tip is, if you are going to make Atmos suits, you have to make sure that you have a reliable source of oxygen and power. Especially if your power generation is still coal at this point in the game, because if it's still coal and it's outside of your main base to get to these deliveries and you're using Atmos suits, you want to make sure that your duplicates can actually get in those Atmos suits. And if you have no power, you can't get to your coal generators, and you can't get to there, right? So that's the issue that I ran into on my second attempt on this. And then with oxygen, if you have no power, you're not going to have oxygen. And if you have no oxygen, you don't have atmo suits. So there's no point in having atmo suits set up if you don't have the prerequisites to keep them online. Otherwise, you might as well not even make them and save yourself all this refined metal, because this refined metal can be used for, let's say, power or maybe a metal, like something else, right? You could use it for something else. So those are my big 3 tips for this asteroid. There's just not enough time for me to save it properly on this stream, but I didn't want it to do, like, I think the review for it was comprehensive enough to give tips on how to save it if you were in this, or if you were getting yourself into this situation. All right, so looks like just a giant. It kind of, I guess so. It kind of does. Space is just so long. I'm playing it right now. I suck, but maybe it takes me forever. Weird says weird tokenish trigger. Nice to see you, by the way. Weird tokenish trigger. Yeah, throw the skull in the trash. Start over. Yeah, I would agree. Hey, what's up, Leah? Nice to see you. Hello. Cheers. Thanks for coming by. Jaw says, let's get this stream started. All right, let's do it. So we're moving on, okay? We're moving on from this one. If you guys are just joining, please hit the like button, by the way, on YouTube. That'd be awesome. And if you're on Twitch, please follow if you're not. Okay, so yeah, this is a pretty big issue. Yeah, it's almost 3 a.m. here. Holy smokes. Thanks so much, Leah, for coming by so early in the morning or so late in the evening, whichever one is for you. Yeah, so those are my 3 tips. Again, TLDR, okay? Don't unblock any volcano unless you're prepared to manage the heat. Number 2, for hatches, to make sure that you're sorting your eggs, or that you're capable of sorting eggs before you invest duplicate errands and resources to keep. Otherwise you might as well just keep your hatches just roaming around like these Drekos, right? Like these guys aren't even doing themselves any good because they're cramped in here. So it'll actually be better to not have them inside of a room like this. At least then they could reproduce and keep themselves sustained. And then the third thing is atmo suits are pointless if you don't have oxygen and power. But oxygen and power are kind of like the baseline for a colony anyways. So there's no point in moving on too far if you can't sustain that as well. And by the way, here's a good tip as well to go along with the atmo suit kind of thing. If your oxygen production relies on duplicates leaving your base, like with the algae distiller in this case, for instance, it might be worth bringing them inside of your base, because if you don't have stable power or stable oxygen, like for instance, if you are relying on slime to turn into algae for oxygen, and if you run out of oxygen, you can't fill your atmo suits, which means you can't leave the base with atmo suits, which means you can't produce any more slime. So it's like a recursive effect, right? It just keeps snowballing and making things more difficult. So yeah, that's kind of my TLDR for this colony. I mean, 318 is no joke, though. 25 hours in, this person is doing very well getting this far. They have like the concepts down to get farther. It's just they need to refine their early game a little bit more. And that's what I really hope that Overexplained helps with for a lot of people. Okay, so we're going to do Ethan's wet dream. This is William's asteroid. Did you finish your old colony? Weird tokenish figure? No, tonight we're just doing community night. Thank you, Leah, for the moral support, and Eska, by the way. Appreciate you stopping by on Twitch and YouTube. Thank you so much. We're just doing community night tonight, so I didn't have a separate thumbnail for it. I'm gonna do a separate thumbnail after the stream, just so it's like archived correctly. But so tonight we have 3 asteroids down here. We did Harley Bake's case just now. We're gonna do William because William's he has a couple things to show off. There's nothing that I can ever show William. So William he knows a lot about the games, but he likes to show his things, and I like showing it on stream. So it'll be a lot quicker than Harley Bakes Cake's asteroid. So the first thing that we want to show off is the Ocean Project. So I have already read the email, and William's in the chat as well, so he can also explain it if he wants. But I'm gonna give you guys the TLDR. of what's going on here. So we are draining this ocean, and this is an Escher waterfall. So basically what's going on here is you put a little bit of water here, and you get your duplicants to build these tiles in. And then once you do that, we're going to break open the ocean wall here. Oh, by the way, I think we're missing this. Oh, not that one. We might be missing this, I think. Just to prevent our because we have a lot of Biden duplicants on this asteroid. So, by the way, chat, this is the same asteroid that I'm doing on my Aquatic Planet playthrough. Door's planet. Yep, I got the door. Thank you, William. So this is the same seed that William took over, and he's doing his own rendition of it, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, because here's the tidal turbine within my base. So it's the progress is pretty substantial compared to mine. You guys will be surprised, I think, when we get there. But anyway, so we got this done. Now we want to open this up, so we'll just do a couple dig errands here, and then we'll prevent duplicants from. After we get somebody in, it will prevent duplicants from going back in. Okay, we have our digger, a little bit hurt. Popped eardrums, that's okay. A little bit of stress isn't too big of a deal. So Escher waterfalls are basically a free way to store infinite amounts of liquid. Similar to how I like to store liquid, except mine uses power. Mine has to have water delivery via a liquid pump in order to get it into the chamber. Versus Escher waterfalls just work naturally. All right, so now that we'll block that off, so we can no longer have duplicants coming in because they're bionic duplicants, and we don't want them to be too stressed out here. So, you know what? Don't go that way. Oh, whoops. How come we can't go through here? Oh, because it's I gotcha. It's just the way they have to come through it. Okay, so there we go. So now this one should be blocked off, and we got a little bit of water here. Not a big deal. Never mind. The aquatic stuff is so pretty. The aquatic stuff is so pretty. I love the aquatic DLC. I love, yeah, there's so many cool new textures, and the salt water alone is just so much fun to work with. Okay, so this is the Escher waterfall in action here, and basically this whole pool will just drain into this little 2x2 box. So it's a free way to store basically infinite amounts of water, and you can see this doesn't overpressure because it's manual airlocks, similar to how this was what's it called, airflow tiles. It would not overpressure, but the difference being is that airflow tiles, you have to they work a little bit different. Well, I mean, I guess they would work with an Escher waterfall as well, but usually I use them to send water to it via a pump instead of this. So the water comes in here, it flows, and you can already see we have over 22,000 kilograms of water and counting. So that's what that is. And if we were to open these doors up, it would cause a massive spill, and it would just be kind of crazy. So within one cycle, so as William said in the email, this kind of just drains all out. I'm sure I could speed it up if I dug more of it out, but nonetheless, when we move on to the next one, you guys will see the what it looks like in action. All right, so that's just the start of the asteroid. Now there's a lot going on in the second one, so unless you have anything else on this one, William, I'm going to show the second one off because you're already way farther ahead in that. So let me know if there's anything you want to show here. I mean, you're pretty early on. You're cycle 11, and you already have the top train. Go ahead. Okay, and by the way, just to go back to Weird Tokenish Figure, what they were saying there is not only is the aquatic stuff pretty, but they changed up like some of the back walls. So you have all these, I guess, caves, or I don't know what you would call them, but they're like dynamic backgrounds or back walls to your asteroid, and there's a couple of them. They're not revealed in this one just yet, but they come in different biomes, and it's really cool. One of my favorite parts of the new DLC. Okay, so the latest saves, here we go. So I was making sure that all these were working just before the stream, so it's pretty fresh in my mind what was going on. All right, so here is cycle 67, and I'm sure if you guys have been following my streams, it takes me forever to get to space. Well, William is already in space, so it's pretty cool to see. I take a long time to get to space. Usually I try to wait till my duplicants are completely hands off. And this is what William was talking about earlier, just a second ago on Harleywick's Higgs asteroid. We have this massive Hydra here. So basically what's going on here is we have, if you take a look at the gas overlay, we have a bunch of hydrogen being produced by these electrolyzers, and they're all automatically, like the hydrogen is automatically getting sorted to the top of this area, and that's feeding all these electrolyzers. So, sorry, hydrogen generators. So it's producing an enormous amount of power for us, and enormous amount of oxygen for us. So all the oxygen that's coming out of these is going directly down below. So take a look at the overlay. We have 368 kilograms of oxygen right below the electrolyzers. And if you go to the gas pressure, everything is pretty good. So, you know, we have plenty of oxygen being made from these guys. And a little bit of, I guess there's a little bit of mutation that's blocking this area off, so duplicants can still access it if needed. Space sub 100, yeah. William's always been quick to get to space. And this is why I love seeing the way other people play the game. There's so many different like routes you can go. This is like a speedrun style colony, which I really enjoy seeing. Let's just cancel all these things off. Okay, and then obviously a lot of bionic duplicants. Bionic duplicants are really super OP to use since they don't have to take break. A lot of plastic production here going on as well. Let's take a look at the temperature, by the way. Temperature is really good. Like, not coincident, that's the wrong word. But this base has better temperature than the first one that we looked at. So, despite having, you know, a volcano. So, oh, by the way, this is a good example of how to open a volcano if you don't intend on using it right away, is you can just block it off with a little bit of granite or coal. I think it's coal, or is it dirt maybe? Can't remember the exact materials, but refined carbon, I think it is. Where you can, if you go to the neutronomium to the far left side of it and go 2 spaces in and then go 2 spaces up, if you put a temp shift plate behind there, when this is where the magma comes out. So when this volcano erupts, it will heat up that temp shift plate, and it will turn that temp shift plate into a natural tile, thus blocking the volcano where the magma would normally come out. It's basically the same thing as being blocked. Or, like in this case, you can just leave the granite tile there and not uncover it all the way, and then you don't have a bunch of heat coming out of it as well. So there's multiple different ways you can do it. You can either just leave this one tile in there, like William did, or you can just put a temp shift plate right where this natural tile is. So we got a little bit of an issue here with our poor bionic duplicate. How did they get in there? I don't even see how they got in there. What? Did they like teleport through here or something? Am I missing something? How did they come in? I have no idea how they got in there. I mean, they must have. I have, yeah, no clue. Mudslide, yeah, it must have been the mud. This is granite. They must have been digging something here, and the mud caved in. That's hilarious. Okay, anyways, here's another Escher waterfall. Excuse me, chat. And then here, I think the original Escher waterfall would have been... here's the thing. Maybe it was Oh, no, it's right here. Here's the original Escher waterfall that we saw earlier. And here's a gunk waterfall. Here's a gunk storage system as well. So anyways, that's another way of unblocking a volcano. A really good example of that is if you don't want to deal with the heat just yet, just put a little natural. This one in my asteroid, by the way, I have not even gotten uncovered yet. All right, so I think anything else, William? William's not using the corals, so he went straight for the Hydra. Makes sense. I mean, the corals are not as good as the Hydra. They're fun to use for this asteroid, but the Hydra is just much more superior. So check out the bottom. Okay, so what do we got? We got lots of oil here. Oh, we got a... What are we doing here? We got some oil at 86 degrees. We got, what else? Natural gas, oil well. So we got a bunch of oil being harvested, which makes sense. I mean, you're using substantial. We got 290 kilograms of natural gas. I remember you said that in your email. So we got some extra power here for that. The fissures. Are you making use of any of the? Here's your minnow. Yeah, the natural gas pocket. That's a pretty nice pocket. That is good. I think in our colony, we've gotten past that point yet. So we have, pretty sure we're not. I don't know if I've uncovered that or if I just didn't need it, but I'll go check. Because when I'm done, Kyle's asteroid, we'll keep going with mine. Okay, but I think that's pretty good. Like, obviously, great progress already in space at 100. Got some natural protection here from the meteors via the blocks here. And what else? Yeah, I think we're looking pretty good. Anything else, William, before we move on to Kyle? Kyle's is going to be fun as well. So, Kyle, if you're still here, we're about to move on to yours. Just seeing if there's anything else. Oh, I got that glitch again. If there is nothing, then we will get going to the next one. Not much water's blocking your way. Extra water solve it. That's true. And so I did say in my earlier playthroughs that I wanted to keep the water around as long as possible because, hey, thank you so much for the follow, Oh My Hatter on Twitch. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hey, what's up, Dark Frost? So glad the community astronaut is back to see all the amazing builds. Nice to see you, Dark Frost. You just missed about an hour of the first one. So if you want to see the VOD after, there's a lot going on. I really enjoyed looking at it. I couldn't save it in the amount of time that I had, but it was, it's very hectic. I think it's definitely doable. It's definitely doable if you sit down and if you try to do things deliberately and not waste a lot of time. You will definitely save it. But I obviously wanted to get to everybody tonight. Okay, so we're gonna go to Kyle. By the way, anything else I want to? Oh yeah, the water. Sorry, I meant to address that William's comment there. Yeah, so my asteroid, I made a point to try to use as much of the features of the aquatic planet as possible for as long as I was able to, until I got bored of the unique features that came with this DLC. So I'm purposely trying to use the corals instead of the Hydra and things like that. That's why I don't have a Hydra in my base. And that's why I wanted to keep the water around as well. I wanted to keep the swimming going as long as possible, but inevitably, now that we have Atmos suits, they don't swim anyways. So it is what it is. I really enjoyed the time that I had using the aquatic features prior to that, prior to getting that far. So yeah, community AstroNet, I'm gonna start talking about it more, and hopefully we get more people submitting. So we'll have to get that advertised again. So we're gonna go to Kyle's playthrough now. Kyle is the last one for tonight. So he's on the regular. His is called 100 cycles and die. So we're gonna see how that goes. Okay, so here is Kyle's asteroid. Kyle wanted some tips and tricks on how to progress from like early game, basically. I do die on that save. No problem. So yours, so here's the first problem with your save file. On this save file particularly. By the way, I like that you have a full Rodriguez. That's a very good start to a colony like this. I think you could solve like 90% of your issues if you just didn't have so many duplicates. Yours is actually, I think, an easier problem. Like, if I was to be a tyrant and just go like this, and just enable sandbox mode here, and let's see. Oh, I don't have the mod. It doesn't work for it. If I just deleted a bunch of these dudes, yeah, I don't know. There we go. That one. We could do a lot by not having a whole bunch of them around. Let's see what happens though if I just keep it running. Because you're trying to feed more duplicates than you can probably make oxygen for. Yeah, so your oxygen levels are very bleak. So each electrolyzer makes enough oxygen for 8 duplicates. But that is at maximum capacity. Like, these things are probably running 37% per cycle. You know, we got 47. So these things are working at a third of capacity. So they're able to support maybe 3 or 4 duplicates max, right? So that's the first big situation. The second situation, I mean, obviously the food is harder to scale at this rate. So, like I said, I think 90% of your problems would be solved if you just did not take so many, and if you prioritized sustainability over taking duplicates. I just cannot take care of the carbon. Okay, so carbon is super easy. There's multiple ways you can do it. So actually, let me show you a way better method than this. So let's see what you're doing. You're sending it back up to here. Okay, that's not too bad. By the way, just an FYI, if you have your pipes going over top of your outlets, and if these pipes were full, like they're not full, obviously, so you're not really in any issues. But if these pipes were full, your lavatories wouldn't empty. They would just stay full. So, because the contents inside the pipe take priority. So what you're doing here with the inlets is actually more preferred for something like these. And I think actually maybe I'll load up the overexplained colony. I'll show you. Now you are sending it back through, which is good. So what I was going to show instead of this method is just having your carbon skimmer and a water sieve basically right next to each other like this, and then having that in this exact same loop that you have all of this, and that would okay, they're building it right now. I didn't want them to build it, but that would honestly save a lot of I mean, not power. I mean, I guess you still use the same amount of power in at the end of the day, but you could just have like a little bank. You wouldn't have to connect everything to in a massive loop like this. You could essentially just have a carbon skimmer and a water sieve at the very bottom of your base, and not even connect it to anything. Just fill the contents up with water. And I guess I should just build it. Carbon skimmer. So let me see if I can just build it on here, and then water sieve. So if you just did this, and then if you did an outlet into, I always like to leave a little bit of a buffer room, so just do that and like that. So if you just fill this with water, like let's say you put a bottle emptier here or a bottle drainer here. This setup alone will take care of all your carbon dioxide, and the water will just keep circulating in here over and over. Like once you have this one pipe full, just deconstruct the bottle drainer and then just leave it as is, and that will take care of your entire carbon dioxide problem. 100 dupe challenge is fun. I've never done that, William. I should give it a go one time. I don't think I have the right mindset to play at that pace, but I could definitely try it. It'd be interesting to see how it goes. Time to call the population. Yeah, exactly, Dark Frost. Charlie says, honestly, 10 to 15 dupes is more than enough to finish the game. Yes, 100%. And this printing pod is the biggest new player trap that I've ever seen in a game before. Like, maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration. I have played a lot of games, but not a lot of colony games like this. But normally the game doesn't offer you like more ways to, like, it doesn't say here take more guys to help you out, but not tell you that there's a lot of consequences to taking those guys, which is exactly what this game does. This game, every 3 cycles, it's like, hey, take a duplicate. Why not? It's there. Go ahead. And it doesn't even tell you, like, oh, by the way, you have to feed that duplicate, and you have to provide oxygen. You have to make sure they can go to the bathroom. You have to provide a sleep. Like, there's just so much to a duplicate that you have to make your colony sustainable, right? Like, look at how massive. First of all, if you did bristle blossoms for 30 duplicates, your rows would have to, like, how many? I think it's 5 bristle blossoms per duplicate, right? Is that right, chat? I don't know off the top of my head, but they produce gristleberry. They 6 cycles. So every 6 cycles, you make 1,600 kilograms of food. Sorry, calories of food, and each duplicate needs 1,000 per day. So 6,000 in that span. So it within the 6 cycles. So yeah, it's like about five bristle blossoms that you need per duplicate. So you would need rows and rows and rows of bristle blossoms to sustain 30 duplicates, right? So that just puts into perspective, like, how much cooking you would have to do, how much water you need, right? And on top of that, how much power you need. Well, now power is a little bit trivial in that regard, but you still have to cool it if you have a hot colony. How's the temperature looking here? Actually, this is looking very reasonable. So this, like, what you're doing here, Kyle, is like you're on the right track on this colony. It's just you have way too many duplicates. I think if you just took 10, like, and not even 10 right away, if you took like 5 at first, and then once you have a source of sustainable, once you have, like, here's how I like to judge it. If your food calorie count continues to go up cycle after cycle after cycle, or if you notice that you're topping out at, let's say, 100,000, but then, when your duplicates eat before the next harvest, it drops to like 50, but then it goes to like 120, then it drops to 70, so on and so forth, then you're constantly gaining more food. Like, your trajectory of food is going up. So that to me tells me that you have sustainable food to take on more duplicates. And likewise with oxygen. If you have just the, where's your vents? If you have these vents and the oxygen has stopped because everything's overpressured, because you have filled all of your interior area with 2,000 grams of oxygen, which is when these overpressure, that means that all these pipes would eventually fill up. That means that you can take more duplicates because you have more than enough oxygen to sustain them. One of the easy ways to tell if your oxygen levels are really low is if none of these vents are overpressured, because that means that nothing in your base is pressurized to 2,000 grams. So then you have too many duplicates, or not enough oxygen production. Oh no, we got this. I'm not sure how that happened, but I must have clicked something. And there's chlorine gas leaking into my base. Let's see where that's coming from. Chlorine gas. You have this blocked off. The chlorine, do you have, where would you have chlorine gas coming from? Do you have some sort of bleach stone somewhere? I don't think you have bleach stone. You're too early in the game to have access to bleach stone. I mean, you do have a little bit of bleach stone, but it's outside. Oh, it's right here. Oh, that's covered. Is it possible that that the chlorine gas came from an area that you previously boxed in? Like, you have a lot here that could be coming. Oh, No. Could it have came in from here before? Because it should be dropping if it's coming in from, like, if it's coming in from the bottom, it wouldn't be going up. So what I think might be happening, in addition to the chlorine gas somehow seeping in, is that you just don't have enough oxygen to push it where it needs to go. So your oxygen levels, when your base is pressurized with oxygen, like let's go back to sandbox mode here. When your base is pressurized with oxygen, you usually don't have all this chlorine gas problem, and I'll show you that right now. So I'm gonna put an oxygen. Let's say we have 5,000 kilograms. So we'll just put a bunch of oxygen here, put a bunch of oxygen in here, put a bunch of oxygen in here. Kind of in all the areas where we'll just put it at the bottom, basically. Right here, especially, you have a lot of vents. So let's pretend that all this oxygen just came in. Okay, so we'll just put a whole bunch. Now watch what happens. All this chlorine gas is going to get pushed to the bottom eventually, and it's going to condense. All right, so watch it, and so will the hydrogen, by the way. Well, the hydrogen, you're kind of lacking a little bit of airflow here. You could probably help that, but look how fast it condenses when you have pressure with your oxygen, right? So what was once a massive cloud of chlorine is now just a couple packets of chlorine, just because you have oxygen available. So that's how good, when a base is pressurized, this is how easy your air management can be. Sorry, it stopped leaking before the liquid lock. Okay, gotcha. So that was the big issue, and then it spread out because you didn't have the power. Sorry, you didn't have the pressure. Black, hey, what's up, Black Mav says, how long ago did you start? I made the mistake of clicking on YouTube and found your stream. After sobering up, I have 5 hours of sleep left to go to bed now. I started an hour and a half ago, Black Mav. Thank you so much for coming by. We're doing community night tonight, so you didn't miss anything on the progression of our colony, of the aquatic land. I'm sorry, aquatic planet. You didn't miss too much. Actually, anything at all, because I haven't. But if you want to see the community submitted asteroids, you could watch the VOD after. We had a good one. We had two good ones before this one. Not to say that this is not a good one. There's a lot to be learned from this. So I'm really enjoying talking about this one. But the first one was very chaotic, a lot of issues. Then William had William's like it's almost like a speedrun type asteroid. So there's a lot of progress in a very little time. And now we're on Kyle's here, and Kyle is just showing off his very early colony, and we're just giving some pointers. But basically, what this comes down to, and by the way, let's just do another check. Look at how much this oxygen has solved. Now you don't have a big hydrogen issue, right? Now you have a very, like, you don't even have a chlorine gas issue, to be honest. Like, it's non-existent, right? You don't even have a carbon dioxide issue just from having oxygen. Now, granted, there's a lot of oxygen here. I put in quite a bit more than you'd expect to come out of here, of these guys. But it just kind of shows you how incredibly powerful having a well-pressurized base can be. By the way, I do hope you get some sleep back, Blackman. But thanks so much for joining. To solve your problem, dig up, the vault will feed you, start fishing after that. Mealwood alone is not enough. Yan says, just join and heard a dupe death. Yeah, it's just non-stop dupe death sound. Well, this asteroid had 31 duplicates when we first started. This is my beginner save. I'm way better at my current save. Awesome. Congratulations. What cycle are you on in your current save? And Charlie says, early game is easier to just use the game physics to your advantage than using a powered solution. That is true also. 100%. There's and I always stress this. There's so many different ways you can play this game. You don't have to stick to one thing. The main thing that you should, like, no matter how you play, you just need to do three things, and that is provide power, oxygen, and food for your duplicates. All right? Yeah, let's do the 500 one. send it to me, and then we can. Well, actually, don't send it today, unless you can do it right away. I don't want to like, if you're gonna be. I mean, I suppose if you send it on Discord, I could probably load it in. I do have a half an hour or so left, so I don't mind checking out your 500 one. I can do it right now. Okay, cool. So send that on Discord if you're able to. I'll load it up here, and then we'll take a look. But yeah, so this one was an interesting one just because of the fact that it's so easy to solve it with just not having as many duplicates. But I think Kyle's definitely on the right track. I think I'm excited to see the 500 one because I think it'll be tenfolds better. Hey, what's up, Fitz? Nice to see you. Cheers for coming by. Thank you so much. Chat. Feels a bit like Biff solving Lockdown City Skylines that he has submitted to him. I've never seen Biffa plays, but I have seen so my inspiration for solving asteroid issues is Potato McWhiskey. He does civ saves, so I've always I've always enjoyed those. How are you doing tonight, Fitz? Nice to see you. So we're just on the third asteroid of community night. So tonight is community night. We're probably not going to get to Aquatic Planet, but he drank on me, guys. I'm his favorite. And by the way, Ian, I didn't say hi to you. I did see your comment earlier, but I can't remember if I said hi. But yeah, I'm excited to see the progress on the second asteroid. Kill Trivaldo. Do we have a Trivaldo here? He might have already died. Yeah, we have a lot of duplicates we're down to 6 duplicates. So we started with 31 and we've gone down pretty far. Just the FY, I know you guys are on different platforms. Dark Frost says hello, Fitz on Twitch. Just want to shout that out in case. Okay, so I got the new asteroid 200 cycle. Okay, let me get this one from Kyle in the chat. So we're gonna back out here real quick. And then we'll save that one into go back here and load her back up. All right, just loading chat. Give me 2 seconds. Which run is this? This is community night. So we're just doing a submissions from the community. So we already did Harley Bakes Cakes, Williams, and now we're doing Kyle the File. So 200 cycles, let's go. The first one was really exciting, Fitz. Yeah, so tonight we're not doing Aquatic Planet. I have to go at around in about a half an hour, so I don't know if it's enough time to do a lot of progress on that. So I'll probably be back tomorrow because I'm not here Friday. I'm gonna try to come back tomorrow, and then Friday I'm off, so we'll try to make some progress on Aquatic Planet tomorrow. But by the way, for those of you who are in the stream chat, a new video coming out right after the stream. I have a run, but it's fairly new. No vents tamed yet. Not even steel. Fitz, if you'd like to send it in, please go ahead. You can always send it in for. So I think next Friday we'll do another one as well. So if you want to get a little bit farther ahead, or you want to send it in, it's up to you. Now that you asked, but anyways, yeah, no, everyone's welcome. Everybody's welcome to send theirs in. I love looking at what's going on. Okay, so here is Kyle's latest. So 520, looking really, really good. Let's take a look at 500,000 calories of food, 17 duplicates. So that's again much more manageable, right? Much more manageable. We have a lot of fun stuff happening here. So let's take a look at By the way, I'm really looking liking this. So you got a nice little metal drip volcano going on here. A lot of power coming from this geothermal, so that's very cool. Let's go. Got some oil stuff happening here at some point. So working on the oil. Cool steam ventilator, very nice. It looks like you're taking it through some polluted water. Looking really good. This one is substantially. Oh my goodness, this is a substantially. My mouth. Substantially better. That's from my tutorial. Thank you so much, Kyle. I did recognize it. It does look. It does look kind of nice. I'm glad that my tutorial has helped. Yeah, but this is an asteroid that is just so much. Like you've obviously learned a lot from the first run, or that's the continuation. I'm not sure, but and then and that's what this game was all about. When you're learning this game, it's about learning from like understanding what led to the failure of your first colony, so you can apply that and move forward on the second one. Now, here's what I will say. Some more tips that I can give you is you would benefit a lot from, like, you don't have a bathroom set up. So the washrooms give you +2 morale. This is +2 morale that you're leaving on the table by not having this a proper washroom. So here's another great tip. You don't need to have all these lavatories. You have 17 duplicants. You could easily play this game with 4 lavatories. So 4 lavatories, 4 sinks, and you could make it small enough to get your +2 morale. The way you manage that is exactly what you're doing here, just having different shifts, but having more, like, so do this. Regardless of how you want to set these up, let me just kind of show you. You want to have it so that the downtimes don't intersect, and you can fit a lot of these schedules. How do you duplicate this one? Duplicate this, right? So you can just keep making more, make this one. So you can have 4 or 5 shifts where they all use the bathroom at different times. And then you only have to have a small bathroom that can be 64 tiles, I think it is. Yeah, 64 tiles big. Now you can have 2 as well. Like, you have plenty of room to make 2, right? You don't have to have just 1. But that's like an example of what you can do to get that 2 morale back. Would be very good to have that, especially if your your duplicants are not getting a lot of. Some of them don't have a lot of morale yet, so. A really easy way to get another +2. I'm liking this, the infinite storage. That looks cool. Got a little bit of a sparking action here with the water right there. But yeah. So one thing I will say is, when you build your future infinite storages, sometimes it's not necessary, but I like to always make my tiles too high. I know the video that I showed when I make the infinite storage, I only made it 1 tile high. But ever since then, I've come across a bug that used to happen to me, where this 1 water packet would, like, jump its way out or whatever. So if you make it 2 tiles high, it never happens. I'm not sure if that bug is still in the game or not, but just an FYI, if you have issues with that, that's why. And the way to fix it is just to make these 2 tiles high. But if you don't have any issues, don't worry about it, and it's okay. I'd like to go a bit farther. If you want something for content, I can send, but I don't know how to send saves. Is that from the File Explorer? So I can, if you're on Discord, message me on Discord, Fitz, and I can show you how to do it. It's super easy. I'll send you some screenshots. And Yan says, I have a backup folder of my Oni, but before my laptop bit the dust. Should I send the whole thing or make my mind and select a single save? I would send a single save that you enjoy and that you would want to show off to the stream or ask questions about. So you can do either or. You don't have to make it like something that I need to help you with. If you are very far in the game, if you just want to show it off to the community, that's totally fine. And we'll do it next Friday. So it's no rush. But if you want to send it in, sometime soon, I'll make sure that it's queued up for the next time we do one of these. 3 lavatories, 3 sinks, 2 showers. Yep, you could totally do something like that. That's usually what I do. I usually have a couple showers in there. That happened to me when I built the storage. I installed the mop, and was Brian spilled off. Yeah, so sometimes it does that. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's just a bug, but if you build these 2 tiles high, it never happens. So just do that next time, and it should be fine. But yeah, so this is very, very substantially better. Actually, the base is perfectly environmentally controlled. Looking really, really good. You have a lot of Atmos suits available to leave the colony. Definitely, yeah, to have 2 Atmos suits down here. It's definitely some really, really good progress. You're almost in space, so that's really good as well. Let's see what else we got. We got the full Rodriguez, which I love. I love the good old full Rodriguez. I don't use it these days, but it is it's it never fails. It never fails to make it good. And then you have some cooling here. That's cool. That's also very let's see, we got okay, so this thing here. Okay, so we gotta this might, if you have issues with this, I would normally recommend putting this liquid pipe thermal sensor right beside the aqua tuner, right in this. So you would want to move the aqua tuner over one and then put this next to it. The reason being is, I mean, you have it set up so it's always running anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But the reason being is if this is sending a red signal because it finds a packet that you don't want to cool, by the time it gets here, a packet may have already passed that triggers it to come on again. All right, so it may cause a problem where you're cooling packets that you don't want to cool and cause this to break, or it might be the reverse. It might not be cooling packets that you want to cool. So if you put it like this, doesn't tell the aqua tuner to cool individual packets. Okay, does that kind of make sense? So if you have it this far away, it's not really doing as much as it could be. Like to protect the aqua tuner and to protect the piping. So you want to move this right beside it here. And then the bypass, you actually got the bypass almost done. That the bypass should be like that. And then that will work correctly if the aqua tuner shuts off. But yeah, so that's the only thing that I would say about that. Other than that, you're cooling the outside of the full Rodriguez, I think. How's your temperature looking here? Here's another thing that you could do to improve this. You could send this cold water instead of cooling the exterior, like right. So you're trying to cool the insulated tiles, which doesn't really do anything. It would actually make more sense to run this. If you instead of running it all the way around, to run it through here. If you just did this with radiant liquid pipes, kind of like that, because then you would cool the oxygen locally, right? So that could be an improvement that you could make or optimize. This is really good though. Like this is exactly this works perfectly fine. It's exactly what I would do as well if I had the full Rodriguez. But you could, just an FYI, instead of going all the way around, this kind of does nothing. You could just run radiant liquid pipings through here and help yourself cooling this as well. All right, but I mean, other than that, it's looking really good. What else can I say about this asteroid? We got power situation looks good. We got lots of power by the looks of it. I haven't had any power issues yet, I don't think. Yeah, I think all in all, you got things going pretty good. We got the volcano here that you're still working on. Got some sour gas, so a little bit of creativity needed there, but I'm sure you'll get that figured out. Yeah, it's looking pretty good, Kyle. Any other questions or anything that you'd like to go over before we move on? I mean, the water situation looks pretty good. We got the infinite storage here. We got the little Paku farms coming along. Let me show off some stuff and over-explain. Dan says, do you want my last colony? I tried ranching Rex's, and I know you said you have not seen it. Sure, yeah. Yeah, you can send it to me. You can send it if you're sending it for tonight. Are you sending it tonight, Dan, or for the future? Just let me know so I can I know what to do next, because I don't mind going to yours. But if you're not sending it for tonight, oh, future, okay, cool. So if you're sending it for the future, I'm gonna show off my over-explained. Can I drown my hatch, or should I keep my ranch set up? Okay, so let's take a look at this. So your ranches are, you're feeding them, and it's looking okay. Let's see what you're going here. Okay, so you're. Should I drown my hatch, or should I keep my ranch? So I think you should keep your ranch set up. I would definitely start drowning them once you have more than enough to fill the stables. So you have, it looks like you have the basics started already with the sprinkler sensors and whatnot. You have some auto sweepers set up to start the whole process with transferring your eggs over. This is got some, I guess this is supposed to be, which one's this? This picks up the egg, sends it to here. This picks up, what are we picking up here? We're gonna have coal. Okay, so this is the 2 coal. Got it. So this is where your eggs are going. I think you should drown them, and the reason being is because it just automates everything. So let me show you my setup and what I got going on, so you can see a better. Instead of me trying to explain it with the mouse, I'll show you visually what I mean with my setup. Sorry, I closed the game. I have to relaunch the spaced out. So I'm going to show you my over-explained asteroid. Over-explained is the video that's coming out today after the stream. So I go over a lot of those concepts that I'm talking. Where's my thing here? There it is. I go over a lot of the concepts that I talked about in this stream for how to get your colony like working in that playthrough. Now, obviously, I think, Kyle, your playthrough is doing very well. So if you're trying to upgrade your food, I definitely think that drowning your hatches is going to be beneficial, because it's going to automate everything. Okay, so let's go to over-explained here. It's called the Capital Wasteland. It's a Fallout reference. One thing I do is wrench on the wrenches, send the rails to the walls right away so they don't count on the wrench. Yes, that's a good, very, very good tip, Fitz. It's just a few seconds, but I think it counts in the long run. Yes, it does. So that's an incredibly good tip. And let me show you. So this is my over-explained. I just finished the Hydro, so that's coming out. Spoiler alert. Spoiler for the video. I built this in the video. All right. So here's the range setup that I have. Now let me show you this. I have the Drecos and the hatches both tied to automation. All right. So I have my critter sensor set to 7 out of. I guess I'm requesting a hatch at some point here. Looks like no pending deliveries or whatever. Anyways, doesn't matter. So I have my hatches here. They're getting fed. This conveyor. Now here's the difference. I only have one conveyor loader, and you might think to yourself, well, how do you know what you're picking up, or do you just pick everything up and send it to the same spot? Great question. Let me answer that for you. So yes, I'm picking everything up here. It's literally set to pick everything up. All right. So even if my duplicates drop some metal in here, it picks it up. Now it goes through this process here, does its thing, whatever. But that's not the important part. The important part is actually, where's this one going? Oh yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but this conveyor bridge, like pretend it wasn't there, pretend this was just an X junction. All right. What this is doing is just making it so that everything that's coming from this direction, it goes into the conveyor chute first, and then goes into this inlet of the bridge and sends it to this side of the rail. And that just keeps everything flowing in the correct direction. Like you can see here, it's happening. All right. So if you pretend this isn't here and it's just an X, that's the same thing. All right. But okay. Anyways, I'm picking up everything in my conveyor loaders. you can see that my conveyor loaders take everything through my breeding chambers. All right, so this is how, and I explain all this in the over-explained part of this guide. But in my breeding chambers, I want a minimum of 2 critters at all times. So when the critter sensor detects that the amount of critters or eggs in here is below 3, I send a green signal. So I'm sending a green signal right now because it's below 3. But I'm not dropping everything else. That's because I have a second criteria, and that is the conveyor rail element sensor, where I'm looking for stone hatches only. So stone hatches only, and the proper value of critter eggs or hatches themselves. If both of those conditions are true, then I send a green signal to the chute. So the next time that a hatch egg comes through here, this will open and drop an egg. All right, so everything else just gets bypassed. That's the same thing for here, for these 2 breeding chambers, and that's the same thing for my Draco breeding chambers. So I take all my Draco eggs and my glossy Draco eggs. In fact, I take everything again, plastic and all, phosphorite and all. Now, obviously, I have to have 2 different conveyor loaders here because this stable's a lot bigger. And actually, I just realized, no, I have a third one here. Okay, I was gonna say I don't have a third one. So my auto sweepers can have access to everything. Everything gets, see, the egg bypassed this chamber, right? Because I already have the proper amount of critters that I'm asking for. So everything gets bypassed. That's how these maintain population in here. Now from here, so that's the sorting that I'm doing. And now from here, I also sort for, again, I sort for, you have to have these sensors right before your chute. So similar with the aqua tuner, you want to have your sensor right before the aqua tuner. So now we just saw some coal come through here, right? All this material is going to get sorted depending on what it is. So we had some sorting done for, this is doing phosphorite, this is doing coal down here. So this looks very simple and redundant, but just think of it this way. You can change this conveyor chute, make it into a conveyor shutoff, and send this coal to your coal generators. I'm not doing that because I'm not relying on coal generators anymore, but you can send this to wherever you want by simply changing this chute to a shutoff. That's it. All right, now to get back to your question that you asked, a couple minutes ago, 10 minutes ago probably. Should you drown them? Yes. This is where the drowning comes in. I'm throwing all my eggs into this water storage. So I have 21 Draco eggs, which by the way, they don't drown, they just walk themselves out. That's why I have a Draco infestation. But I have 21 Draco eggs, 21 glossy Draco eggs, 20 Draco eggs, 30 stone hatch eggs, etc. This is my barbecue. This is where my barbecue comes from. All right, so and when the hatches incubate here, they drown immediately, and they get picked up by this auto sweeper, which sends them to the kitchen via another conveyor loader. So there's the kitchen and just drops it off. Now, obviously, the kitchen is a work in progress, right? But that's how that goes. All right, so there's the whole shipping, and again, I talk about this in over explained. It's like more rapid fire though. So doesn't take as long. So I have to make the episodes condensed for audiences. But anyways, that's the complete shipping to a proper stable. All right, so let me get caught up with the chat here. Let's see. One thing I do is I already read. So Fitz made a good point too. Let me go back to what Fitz was talking about. So you can see how my loaders are right beside the walls. So actually, I'm kind of this is not as good as it could be. Going back to what Fitz was saying, all I have to do is just put my rail like that. So take this off. This is an optimization you could make. And then your eggs leave immediately these rooms. And notice how the eggs go through the walls, right? They don't go through like this. This doesn't go all the way through here. Otherwise, it would count, this egg that's going through the rail would count on this chamber and mess up the count with this critter sensor. All right, so Kyle says, can I buy and activate Spaced Out DLC mid-save? I don't think you can. I think Spaced Out is the only one that you can't activate. Or maybe you can. It's down here. Okay, Fitz says no. Fitz says no. but I think I agree with Fitz. I don't think you can and get access to the full. Like I'm sure you could enable it, but I don't think it would do anything if you did. But if you would like to restart, like here's what I would do if you don't have Spaced Out yet. I would finish your colony to as much as you can for where you are right now, and then buy Spaced Out and start again, because I think it'll be very rewarding just to finish the colony of where you're at right now, and then start a Spaced Out. But if you like Spaced Out offers a lot that you'd have a lot of fun with as well. I need to start my third save called 300 Cycles. Hi, Luna. Thanks for joining. That's my kitchen every time. Yeah, that's my kitchen every time too, until I finally get my things in order. How to finish the game? Well, finishing the game is whatever you consider finished. Now, so the printing pod does give you some objectives in here to finish, like Home Sweet Home, print 12 duplicates, build a great monument, etc. But basically, whenever you think the game is so wide open that you don't have to adhere to this criteria. You can literally do whatever you want to finish the game. If you think finishing the game is getting the space, then that's how you finish the game. Oh, you might have to reconnect so the stuff gets stuck. Was it this one that you're referring to? Oh yeah, this one. Yep, you're right. You are right. Let's get that going, and then we'll deconstruct it. There we go. It's a weird bug. There we go. Okay, so anyways, and then I'm gonna put a Sweetle farm in here. I usually finish the game when I say, okay, I'm done. Exactly. The game is super wide open. You can do whatever you want to finish it. You don't necessarily have to go through the, whatever, like this criteria that the game gives you or what. I think you play as long as you want. Maybe play until you just get bored of that save file, or you feel like you can't achieve too much more, and then you move on. Because the whole, like, a lot of the fun for me is restarting the game and building a colony. I love doing that part. But anyways, so there's my shipping for hatches. Maybe next time I'll just build the Hydra instead of a spawn. The Hydra works great. So Kyle, watch my video that's coming out right after the stream where I build the Hydra on this asteroid. It's about 22 minutes or so, and it's kind of like a rapid fire build. So I don't literally make you watch the whole thing, otherwise that would take a couple hours. But the way for how slow I play. But yeah, the Hydra is super, like, the Hydra's way better, and I'll explain why really quickly. So notice how in your electrolyzers that I showed off, they work about 33, maybe 40, at best case, maybe 50% of the time, right? If you look at the Hydra, now these are brand new electrolyzers, by the way, so they may not show the right, but see, like this cycle, this Hydra's literally at 100%. Like it's jumping between 100% and 99%. All right, so that's how good this Hydra is. So one electrolyzer alone works enough to support 8 duplicates, and I have 8 electrolyzers here, so that's 64 duplicates, and I can turn them off and on at will. All right, and another great thing is I'm cooling the oxygen locally. So this oxygen is being cooled by the bottom steam turbine, aqua tuner. And by the way, notice how the aqua tuner here, it's not cooling the water that I'm not asking for it to cool, because the liquid pipe thermal sensor is sending a red signal. It's right before the inlet. I'm not having fun mid-game. I just don't know what to do anymore. Every build is too complicated. Unfortunately, that's kind of mid-game for you. Like, if you watch Overexplained, like if you watch this series where I do this asteroid, I try to make every build as simple as possible. But even then, this Hydra is like, it seems like a monumental task, right? But here's what I will say. Once you build the Hydra once, or like once you build a complicated build once, it gets easier every time, right? So it's not like when I see a gold volcano now, I don't think, oh man, this is going to be very complicated. I hope it works. I think, okay, how can I build this in the quickest amount of time possible so I can start extracting material, right? So it's like this mental shift that happens at some point where you do it enough times, and it just becomes second nature. Now I totally remember. I totally remember being new to the game and having to like copy diagrams of how to do a gold volcano and stuff or a hydra or something. But once you do it a couple times, you'll be okay. Williams says, my hydra's simple. Go watch my build. It's quick and easy. That's true. So Williams' build. Okay, let me go over Williams. So Williams' build is kind of like this in the sense that you're covering your electrolyzers with liquids. And I show how to do that in the video, by the way. So, blueprints, yes. So yeah, blueprint mod helps with these two. That absolutely, 100%. And if anyone wants a blueprint, I can get you a blueprint for this as well. You don't have to struggle trying to copy it. I can give you a blueprint on Discord. Just please let me know. I have the mod. I just don't have it enabled right now, because I haven't needed to have it enabled for a couple weeks, months. I forgot when I got it disabled. But anyways, so yeah, the hydra is super easy. It depends if you want to build a closed container and cool the oxygen locally. That's very easy to do. Like the difference between this hydra and Williams hydra is basically that the floor is different. The oxygen from here, it goes into a chamber, versus Williams just goes into the base. So it's pretty much the same thing, same concept. All hydras are relatively easy once you do it once. Okay, I would say that the first time is the hardest one, because it's very easy to mess up the water situation that you have to use the liquid situation that you have to cover your electrolyzers with. All right, so other than that, I think it's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. All right, so if you guys would want a blueprint, please let me know on Discord. I can definitely send it to you. But other than that, I think we're gonna call it there for we're out of asteroids to do for tonight, and I think I've talked about everything that I wanted to talk about with regards to the asteroids that I've showed off and my asteroid. So, anything else, chat? I mean, I think that's it. I'm going to be back tomorrow. I like to add some failsafe sensors to the hydras. Like what kind, Yan? What kind do you like to add? I've never added anything like that before. Like to me, as long as you're bringing in... So here's what I do, by the way. This is something that not many people talk about, but I like to add signal switches to my hydras, because I don't need to run all these electrolyzers at the same time. I only have to run 4 at minimum, at maximum at all times, because I'm never gonna have 32 duplicates, right? I still have 8 on this asteroid, and I'm 300 and something cycles in. So, but this kind of also shows how much progress you can make with 8 duplicates, right? Like 375 cycles, and you already have a hydra, you have a water, you have a oil tamer. This is like the beginnings of a air separation unit that I used for quite a while. You have a gold volcano, etc. So there's a lot going on here, right? For 8 duplicates. Now I did play, 35 hours, but that's a lot of that's also recording. Because sometimes the wrong thing goes into the pipe, or no water, so the pumps don't mess the gas balance. It's more relevant on Rodriguez, of course. Yes, so relevant on Rodriguez for sure. I would say on this, the Hydra is a lot more stable than the Rodriguez, in the sense that the hydrogen is always going to be hydrogen. Like, unlike the Rodriguez, where if you have nowhere to pump the hydrogen, it just gets backed up. That's kind of what was happening on this as well, on this air separation unit. This one, the hydrogen just stays here forever because it's an infinite storage. Just by nature of how this is built, it's just an infinite storage for the hydrogen and oxygen. So you can cool the oxygen locally, right? So this is already getting cooled as it's being produced. So I can turn all these on. This will work forever as long as I have water. All right, so I'm going to end the stream there, chat. I'm going to have to go to bed and get ready for work tomorrow. But I'm going to be on tomorrow as well because I'm not here Friday. All right, so we'll do Aquatic Planet. Thank you so much, Uther. Hey, Uther, what's going on? Nice to see you. Cheers. So appreciate you guys being by and coming to hang out. I'm sorry it was kind of a short stream. I really have to get some sleep though. And like I said, I'll be back tomorrow, same time as today. And Friday I'm off. All right. Bit says, gotta be honest with you, I've never built a spawn. Once I understood the concept, I go straight to a Hydra. You know what? A lot of people share your sentiment, Fitz, because the spawn is like the spawn works. Like there's nothing wrong with the spawn. It's just in the long run, the spawn is so easily it's so easily outclassed by the Hydra, like long term especially. Because this produces enough hydrogen for 8 electrolyzers. 8, hydrogen generators. See, I'm a little bit tired. So 8 hydrogen generators. So that's 800 watts each, I believe. I hope so, because that's the math I used for the my thing. That's a lot of power. That's like 6,400 watts or something like that, right? So this is way better in that sense, not just for the power, but also for the oxygen. Like if you're going to space at some point, and if you need liquid oxygen, this will take care of that. 64 duplicants. Who's gonna run with 64 duplicants? Not a lot of people, right? But you're making ample amounts of oxygen to send to your rockets. So thanks you for reviewing my save. And an amazing stream. Thank you so much, Kyle, for sending it in. I had a lot of fun reviewing yours, and as well, Harley Bakes Cakes and William. Thank you guys so much for coming by, sending your asteroid in. And again, new episode of Overexplained coming out after the stream where I build this. So please go watch it. Leave a like on the stream as well. That would be much appreciated. Gabriel says, I used the spawn because it looked easier, but once you do the Hydra, you never go back. 100%. Gabriel, and that's exactly why I built the air separation unit here and the Hydra on the same colony. And I talked about this throughout the playthrough, is I wanted to build this to show you the downfalls of it and to show you that it's easy to set up, number one, but number two, why it's outclassed by the Hydra. Like, there's just literally no comparison. The Hydra's 10 times better, and once you build it once, it's very easy to build it again. It's just the first, like I said, the first time getting it right might be tricky for a new player. But other than that, you're good to go. Stringer says, I'm back. I ate some barbecue chicken and ranch flatbreads. That sounds amazing, Stringer. Now you're making me hungry, but unfortunately I can't eat. It's already way too late. Yeah, we're just ending the stream now, Stringer, by the way. It's okay if I do things right and get time. I probably won't, though. I'll show my new run next community stream. When will you do it again? Friday? Yeah, it'd be next Friday. It'd be next Friday. So don't worry if you don't have too much time. We'll definitely do it at some point. I did an Atmos sensor on my chambers. Did you do that? Atmos sensor on my chambers, like in here. I don't see a reason to, but you could totally do that if you wanted to. So you could regulate how much oxygen that you're making, for sure. Now the thing is, I will always make more oxygen than oxygen that I can use, right? So this is, to me, there's no point in having an Atmos sensor here because my Hydra is so big. But if you only had like 1 or 2 electrolyzers, yes, you 100% have to protect your Hydra. Like Yan said, having some built-in protection. Because if you're using 1 electrolyzer, 1 or 2, or even 4 maybe, and if you're vacuuming out all the oxygen, you can very easily break the gas separation. Very, very easy to do that. So unless you're like me and just gonna have oxygen backed up constantly, you have to have that as well. Hope it was a great stream. It was, Stringer. Thank you so much. It was nice to catch you in the first hour or so. Thank you for coming by, Stringer. I'm coming back tomorrow, by the way. We'll come back tomorrow for to continue Aquatic Planet. I haven't had dinner yet because I live on the West Coast, says Kyle. Well, the West Coast is, what, you're at 7 p.m.? It's almost dinner time there, no? I actually have to do it on my hydrogen. Yes, the hydrogen one can be a little bit slower because you're not making nearly as much. I love eating hydrogen. Nom nom nom. Hydrogen, eating hydrogen always makes me so gassy. All right, chat. So stick around if you have nothing else to do. New episode of Overexplained coming literally right after the stream. So that would be awesome if you could go and watch it. Give it a like. Give this stream a like as well on your way out, please. If you're here on Twitch, please like the stream. Or sorry, please follow. That would mean so much to me. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. All right? Tomorrow, 8 p.m. We'll do another one and continue Aquatic Planet. Oh, by the way, tomorrow, you're a GTA fan. Tomorrow's is the big extended look. Likes are free. Hit that like. Thanks, Stringer. Appreciate that. Okay, see everyone. Good night. Trivaldo killing Overexplained. I don't have a Trivaldo yet. I don't have a Trivaldo. Do I? Yeah, I don't have a Trivaldo. I might never take a Trivaldo because I'll never hear the end of it. See ya, Gabriel. Good night. Good night, Fitz. Good night, Stringer. See ya, Kyle. See ya, William. Thanks everyone for coming by. See ya to all the lurkers as well. Sean, Uther, everyone else that was lurking here tonight. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone. See ya, Yan. And if I missed anyone, not sure if I did. I think I got everyone that was here recently. Anyways, take care. Oh, Crimson Riots. Thank you so much, Crimson Riots, for the 150 bits on Twitch as well. Very much appreciate that. For your continued support, and of course, thank you so much, Leah, for stopping by tonight as well. Okay, see everyone. Best tutorial: never get Trivaldo. There you go. How to beat Ani. Never get a Trivaldo.